Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, recording from my mobile studio setup here in what appears to be some area of Texas. I have no idea where I am. It's cold out here, but what is very chilling, you like what I did there, are these insane Instagram posts which reveal massive loads of taunting. How could you taunt someone on Instagram without everyone knowing you're nuts? Well, I'll tell you how. By sending messages on Instagram stories that reach your target audience but are sent through your limited friends profile. So you have two versions of your Instagram stories. And by the way, this is in regards to the Clayton Echard paternity saga. You have two versions of your Instagram stories. You have a public story you can send. I'll show you right now. You can just hit a button here and I can make a story. And then after I send that story, I can choose who I want it to go to. So here's a photo of my car warming up right there. And I can choose my stories or close friends. And it's really dirty. And when you choose close friends, it'll go to a only people on your close friends list will be able to see your story. So you can select, I'm not going to show you who's on my close friends, but you could select or deselect whoever you want. And then the audience of those Instagram stories doesn't know who else is seeing this. It seems to be, again, this is putting myself in the mind of somebody who's possibly a con artist here. It looks like that's what we're seeing. You're seeing two different things happening. Publicly, she's promoting her podcast, she's living her normal life, but privately, dare I say vindictively, she's taunting men into believing they're pregnant with her babies. These messages I'm about to share with you are going to blow your socks off. Have you tied your socks down? That's going to be my new merch line. I'm going to develop socks that are tied down, the old tie down sock, which is going to be used to keep your socks from knocking off. Knocking your socks off is also something you might do before you fornicate. If you're someone like me who has poor circulation, you might want to keep your socks on. Neither here, neither there. We're digressing. Either way, this is going to knock your socks off, what I'm about to share with you. But if you want non-sock merchandise, I've got it over here. Some podcaster. We sold a record number of merchandise yesterday. That's right. I'm only going to have this merch available till the end of the week. This is, of course, to show the time in our life where we were petty and unprofessional. Oh no, that was Nick here. The podcaster can't be bothered to credit his sources because he refuses to even mention competing content creators. Let me tell you something. When it comes to the case of Jane Doe, nobody, and I mean nobody, is competing with us. We are on top of this story. So a little birdie, a source to be delivered, as it were, some of these messages. There's 28 to be specific here. I'm going to share the first 23 here, and then we'll get to the next batch. These messages are going to blow your mind. These, again, were sent, in my opinion, primarily to victim number 2. We're calling him Greg Gillespie. Again, at this point, either she had done her abortion or what, he claims that she was never pregnant. This is why Clayton's pursuing all avenues to find out whether or not she's actually pregnant. He believes she isn't. All signs point to no fetal DNA, but it's so that she doesn't get to rewrite the story and share bizarre things like this. And again, she shares a photo of a black baby, once again co-opting. I don't know what she's trying to, because we know she pretended to be Chase. We believe she's impersonating a black man, Chase Jones. Again, someone who has dodged all chances to be deposed or spoken to through video chat to find out his real identity. Either way, the story hasn't run cold with Chase Jones. We'll talk more about that on the Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. An open letter to the man who made me a single mother. And again, you guys have to remember this. My mom left my father, who was a, Vietnam vet, but had PTSD and had his own set of issues. My mom left her when she was actually pregnant with me. My mom was a single mom till she met my stepdad. For about 10 years, my mom did it all by herself. In her early 20s, she had 2 kids less than 11 and a half months apart. And she didn't have child support, and she worked in sales, and she had babysitters, and a team of people came together to help my mom raise me and my sister. To think someone would post this on their private Instagram again. And okay, let's just real quick before I share this. You might say, how would somebody know that she was targeting them? Well, I'll tell you, there's information I can't share here, which would lead me to believe that she directly targeted his accounts and any possible accounts that would be associated with him, whether it be a close family member or something like that. I'm not revealing the exact information I have, but I'm just letting you know these were targeted specifically to victim number 2. An open letter to the man who made me a single mother. Garbage. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that the direct and predictable results of your actions happened to you. And you might wonder, why did she tag Pinterest on all of these? Well, it's my belief that she's putting tracking codes on these links. That's my belief. Why else would she share these links to one person? Because she wants to know he's opening them. Oh, he opened this? Oh, mwahaha. The evil plan continues. Garbage. I know God is working, so I smile. And up here, you can see this is how we know it's limited. We got the green thing. I've cut this green part out. Well, maybe you can't see it here down below. See this green image right here? I've cut it out because, of course, I'm not sharing her name, but these are all vetted as screen grabs that come from her limited friends profile. And hey, maybe she just doesn't have any friends. I'm sorry to hear that the direct and predictable results of your actions happened to you. I know God is working, so I smile. Single mom confession. People think my child was a mistake. He wasn't. His father was. Ugh. Get out of here. Top baby names. Surprised that Grace and Gabby didn't make the list. I don't know who Grace and Gabby are. I don't know if that's another form of intimidation or if we're just living in Delulu land. Because on some levels, she wants him to believe she's pregnant, right? So it's not just about, she's almost like, I guess, subtly hinting she's pregnant, but come on, how subtle is this? This is taunting. A woman never forgets how a man treated her during the times she needed his support the most. Lame. Time is the ultimate teller of truths. We know. We know. And tomorrow you're being deposed. This is the craziest one. Posting this early so I can be the first to say, happy birthday to a really special guy. Can't wait for you to see your gift. Cheers to the best year ahead. What? She's sending a happy birthday to her unborn baby? And at the time, what about the twins? Unless she's, what's going on with this? Should be required reading when you're a father-to-be and a baby will soon have your last name, ... The expectant father, the ultimate guide for dads-to-be. If this doesn't obviously show she's effing with this guy, I don't know what does. He's going to have your last name. You guys might remember with the Clayton paternity thing, he signed papers saying he didn't want the baby to have his last name. And she used that against him. He doesn't want the baby to have his last name. Guys, of all of the crazy things we've seen here, the emails, the text messages, I think this is the nuttiest nut of it all. All right, well, again, hey, maybe make your affiliate links available here. Delta Children Simmons Kids Emma 4 dresser with changing top. And she posted a link again, which could be tracked. Answered, why do narcissists leave you when they get you pregnant, and how do you deal? I'm very sorry to hear that the direct and predictable results of your actions happen to you, which is exactly what I say to Janeth Doeth, the dodo bird. I'm sorry that you have to deal with your consequences. I know God is working. Some of these might be repeats. Single mom confession. A woman never forgets how a man treated her during the time she needed his support the most. Okay, sorry, some of these are repeats here. One day you will tell your story of how you overcame what you went through, and it will be someone else's survival guide. Brene Brown, which of course... and then it says big announcement today. Again, another link that can be tracked. It is time for the next chapter. Subscribe to our newsletter. Sign up for our mailing list to be one of the first to hear the big news. Okay, of course, being that she's pregnant. Yay, trust the magic of new beginnings. So what's so psychotic, in my opinion, here is that on one level, she's like publicly not talking about this, not talking about it. I haven't seen any evidence from her on her podcast or things like that she says she was pregnant. But on another level, she's just like full bore sharing this privately. But why would she be so excited about her pregnancy and also so vindictive at the same time? I have a hard time believing you can be happy and angry at the same time. Yay, trust the magic of new beginnings. Amen. A lot can happen in a year. You're telling me. I can't. One of my opening lines, I go, yeah, 2023 was a really good year. I was featured in Time Magazine, and then I got sued. A lot can happen in a year. You want the good, you got to get the bad. I'd rather be a single mom than show my children it's okay to stay in a toxic situation. Yuck. Coercive control, a pattern of behavior which seeks to take away freedoms and sense of self through demands, threats, and surveillance. Projection. There it is. Stalking, surveillance, unwanted contact, extreme jealousy, possessiveness. So essentially describing a lot of domestic abuse involves repeated, ongoing, intentional control tactics used by one partner against the other. Those tactics may be physical, sexual, economic. So my question is, does she know she's the one doing this? Is this her way of saying, hey, pretty crazy, right? Or is she so scorned by her ex and, in that he wouldn't be with her? Look, even if she were pregnant, it doesn't give you the right to manipulate, control someone. Just be like, all right, well, he knocked me up. He's a piece of shit person. But at what point is any of this productive? Adverse impacts during pregnancy, coercive control, adverse outcomes, verbal abuse, So this is exactly why, placenta abruption, poor academic and social competence. So these are all basically ways in which I believe she was gaining sympathy from fertility groups, from pregnancy groups, from single moms groups. It's my belief that she was so easy to share how she believed she was being controlled and coerced, when in fact, a lot of the evidence points it in the opposite direction. Pathological narcissists get away with their abuse because those who haven't experienced it cannot wrap their heads around the possibility such cruelty exists, because the truth sounds insane. That's because it is. Believe survivors. I believe you, Greg. I believe you, Clayton. I haven't heard from Mike, but I'm ready to listen. And that's the end of that document. Let's go to our next one here. Here's the final 5. Some of these might be doubles. Let's see here. If you're living a double life, it's going to catch up to you soon. We know that. You will never understand the damage you did to someone until the same thing is done to you. That's why I'm here. Karma. By the way, no offense to any older people out there, but this feels like what a 71-year-old woman would say, on her Facebook page. Karma, first of all, karma is not a person, and so they can't be a part of a quote. So this is a made-up quote by a person named Karma. And it's also like a misuse of what karma actually is. I get it. What goes around comes around. The law of attraction. Positive begets positive. Negative begets negative. You will never understand the damage you did to someone until the same thing is done to you. That's why I'm here. What? Weird. First of all, anything vindictive, I'm here to tell you guys, is not the answer, because an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Gandhi, an actual person. Okay, moving it along. You started it. Karma. So she says, another post from Karma. Insightful stuff right here. You have nothing to fear if you have nothing to hide, which is why I think Clayton getting deposed will be hilarious. The sun just came out. The sun will come out now. Here we are. It's 3 degrees outside. Can you see the sun just came? Literally, while we're filming this video, you go, Dave, why is the sun coming up so late? Oh, it's not. Au contraire, mon frère. The sun is coming up now because I'm recording this early because I'm driving all day. Oh, we love how dedicated and loyal you are, Dave. Well, just so you know, you started it. You started it by subscribing to my channel, and you will never understand the damage my channel will do to those by sharing the truth. And I have nothing to fear, and I have nothing to hide. You can't defame someone if you're sharing the truth. A baby is never a surprise or mistake. You had sex without condom. What did you expect? Plasma TV? What? First of all, that's not even proper English. You had sex without condom. And don't forget, in the contract, I'm just remembering this right now, in the contract, in the emails she sent to Clayton, she basically told him, hey, the safest thing you can do is have sex with me. I'm already pregnant. Hey, just finish inside me. I'm already pregnant. What are we going to do here? You know what I mean? Come on, a little baby batter. Throw a little baby batter on the old fillet of fish over here. You know what I mean? How about some clam chowder? Okay, you get the point. Wild. What do you say to this, guys? I'm going to talk more about this on today's Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. And also you can get some merchandise. It's in the description, not the comment section, the description below. Go to daveneal.myspreadshop.com if you want to buy some merchandise, if you enjoy Some Podcaster. Wow, folks. Again, I don't know what to say with this. What I should sell as merchandise is a rubber, sort of like a crash pad, like a stunt pad for your desk. That way, when you're watching this and your jaw hits the floor, you won't hurt yourself. What the hell is going on? Tomorrow's supposed to be her deposition. If you have nothing to hide, don't mind sharing the truth. So we'll see how that goes, even though she tried to delay the deposition, which does, I mean, look, like if you have nothing to hide, why would you want to delay the deposition? I don't understand that. Just, you have nothing to fear, Jane Doe. Don't worry about it. And don't forget, you decided to not use a condom. Wait, what did he say? You had sex without condom. That should be merchandise. Join Dave Neal. Fan of Dave Neal? Don't have sex without condom. What do you expect? A plasma TV? I don't even know what to say, folks. I'm befuddled at the very least. We'll be back with more content on the podcast Bachelor Rush Hour this afternoon. I'm bringing in the fastballs. Plus, we got the Patreon private membership coming right after this.